month long, we're continuing our annual Black History Month celebration with our Black Excellence Now series.
Black history isn't static. It's alive, evolving, and being shaped right now. So take a look at these footages.
Mellody Hobson, the co-CEO and president of Ariel Investments, has been on a lifelong mission to teach us all about financial literacy. Now she's focusing on your children. Her new children's book, Priceless Facts About Money, I love this title, focuses on educating kids about finances through beautiful illustrations and fun facts. The book helps kids and adults too, I have to say, learn about money's history and how it all works. We are very happy to say that Mellody joins us in the studio this morning. Mellody, your book is so beautiful. Normally I mark it up. I didn't even want to mark it up. Yeah. And I learned so much myself, and it made me kind of sad because I thought, I wish I had it when I was younger. I wish I had it when Kirby and Will were younger, because I realized all the things I've done wrong.
But you have it now.
Yeah, but I have it now.
It's not too late.
Thank you very much. But, you know, I was raised in a house where we don't talk about money. It's just very impolite to do. And you say, number one, stop that, because what you need to do, we're reading about dinosaurs, books about that kids will never see, but we don't talk about money, and you say that's very important.
It's considered very taboo in a lot of families. Wealthy families don't want kids to be entitled. Families that struggle don't want kids to be a burden, and both are robbing children of the opportunity to really anchor themselves in a issue that is going to be a part of their entire life, no matter where they live on this planet, which is money. And so I think we have to bring money to the forefront for children, especially since these days, money is very mystical, since it's spit out of machines, and we pay for things on phones and cards.
Your mother showed you bills growing up?
Yes.
That's great advice, right? Why did that work for you? What's the value?
So she really wanted me to know what things cost. I understood the cost of living. I knew our light bill, our phone bill. I knew that water cost money. It wasn't free. I knew what our rent was. Now, again, some of this was a bit overwhelming, but I didn't go into the world not knowing. There are kids today that don't even know what their cell phone bill costs. And I say to parents, they need to understand that plastic goes with payments.
Yes. Yes.
And it's very, very important to understand that everything actually costs something, and to start to put that in context over time. Now, my mom started when I was really young, just pay at the cash register. I was 5 years old. She'd say, put the money on the cash register. We were at a restaurant. I got older. Calculate the tip. Count the change. I remember her going to the bank and saying, look at how a bank deposit works. Check these numbers against what's on the receipt. Do they match? She was making me pay attention to money.
Exactly what we were looking for visually, and this idea of isolation, that became a real visual motif.
It's magic what we do. It's sacred. It's big.
I would say directing the music performances in the film were quite challenging. We had the fortune to have found some really gifted musicians that were also incredible actors, and vice versa. We found some incredible actors who were gifted musicians and dancers as well. And yeah, we had Ludwig Göransson, who was our composer, as an executive producer on set. His wife, Serena Göransson, was our executive music producer. And them and their entire staff were on set, every day. To weigh in and make sure that we were going about the process the right way. Chris Welker, who's our production sound mixer, is also a musician and had done a lot of work music-driven stories. He has some great ideas and ways for us to weigh in terms of using playback and show mixes, and we had all of our capabilities there at the same time, and it was a phenomenal opportunity to just capture, the story from that perspective, from the perspective of the musical as well. So the first step creatively with my heads of department is usually just making sure that they have the time, because they all are really successful, really busy. For Sinners, I actually had one of my producers, Coogler, reach out and call Ruth Carter and Autumn Archipel, Hannah Beekler, and just let them know, Andy Gill, my stunt guy, just to let them know that it was looking like this thing was going to be happening, and giving them a general timeline of top of 2024. We gave them a little bit of context that it was set in the 1930s, that it was going to be dealing with Delta blues culture. From there, I usually follow up with the screenplay, you know, in a conversation. With this movie, I had done a lot of research while I was writing. So Eudora Welty's work, she had a lot of photography from that period that was, you know, together in a collection of a couple books. I sent those books to the HODs. Also sent a couple books. One by a guy named Robert Palmer. It's called Deep Blues. He's a musicologist and a journalist. Kind of about the culture of Delta blues and how it developed. And another one called Blues People by Leroy Jones, who eventually changed his name to Amiri Baraka. So I sent those books out as well. There was also a lot of playlists, a lot of music playlists, and then like a kind of a film playlist, like the movies that I thought folks should watch, you know, in anticipation of our prep period.
I've spent my entire career covering the news. I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever. Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I'd been doing for the last 30 years, and that is covering the news. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them, and I will not be silenced. I look forward to my day in court. Thank you all.
Our democracy and to the Constitution of the United States, and what the amendment that I believe is the bedrock of our democracy, and that is the First Amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom to peaceably assemble, all of those things. This encapsulates all of that. And I'm glad that, at least to the extent that it has, that people are realizing the critical moment that we're in this country, that our rights are under assault. It may have started with people having their due process rights violated on the streets, violently violated on the streets. But now they're trying to silence journalists, and I will not be silenced. And I think journalists should not be silenced. I think this is a very critical time for journalists in this country to stand up to this tyrannical administration. And look, journalists are going to be, I believe they can be the folks that save us. I actually believe that artists will be the people that save us as well. If I can be the catalyst for, or the inspiration for people to say, finally, stand up to the powers that be in our government, and also, quite frankly, having come from corporate media for a long time, to stand up to the gatekeepers, the corporations, and say, no, I am not going to bend the knee to this administration. I am not going to put on liars and insurrection deniers and election deniers. I'm not going to give my platform to those people. I'm not going to put people on television and give them a platform, people who come on just to lie and to offend and to insult people. It's insulting to the American people. This is not folly. It's not funny. This is not a game.
Yes. Ownership changes everything. Assets, impact, and legacy.
Take your time.
Representation. Representation isn't just. Why don't you read this, the bio?
Representation isn't just visibility. It controls over the story. And legacy isn't always loud. Sometimes it's consistent.
Yeah, so all month long we will keep celebrating like an excellent a function. I don't know about laughing.
Because you can't read. Stick around after this.